What's up, Soul Family? Coming at you with another collective reading. This one's gonna be about. Let's try and grab a random one. I always grab a random one, but Rose, which is romance is in the air. So another love reading. If you're looking for a reading one-on-one, you can do so by directly messaging me or with the link in the bio. The first reading will be $20 for up to 20 minutes, and you can ask whatever questions you want, or we can just see what comes out. And if it doesn't resonate, then I'll refund you. That being said, I'm going to pull a couple more tea leaves and we'll jump right in. I think I got 4 more. So we have Dolphin with financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. Pineapple with reconciliation. Egg with success is assured with good plans and hard work. And then Arrow with you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. So maybe it's a combination of both a confirmation that you are gaining money or abundance in some way, in addition to the fact that you are reconnecting, like maybe with an ex. Or it said reconciliation, so maybe it was just an argument that you had like with your partner or something like that. So maybe there's going to be, you guys repairing whatever little interaction there was that wasn't too pleasant. So with the Seven of Cups, I think it's like the energy of, especially when it comes to romance, there isn't one right way to do anything. There isn't one right timeline. There isn't one right choice. As far as jobs we pick, as far as how we get the job done, as far as partners, there are countless different paths we can go down. So I think it's always important to be very mindful with the Seven of Cups that we shouldn't necessarily force ourselves into thinking that there's only one right way or one right partner, when in reality it's all about what we make of the experience and how we interact with that. And if you feel like, you would like to explore something with a different person, there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, it's important to know that it might not necessarily be better. And make sure you're getting all your needs met. But if you feel like all your needs are met and then you're kind of like in the energy of wondering what if, then maybe what if that person was just as good? Like what if it was just different? And then we have the Seven of Wands. So I'd like to think that maybe if there's like an interaction or argument or something like that, maybe you're just the one in the right this time. I think you have a right to defend or stand your ground on like whatever perspective that you hold. So I think it's a matter of, and maybe this connection as well, maybe there's been like little interactions that haven't been too pleasant. So maybe this is a card of being patient with the connection itself and not writing it off too soon before things can actually shift or change, especially if this person is willing to become better and do more. So then, yeah, I think it's a call to not rush into anything too soon or rush into making any decisions too fast, as much as a matter of taking a pause, freezing for a second, and then making a choice from there. I think a lot of times when we're frustrated with certain situations, it's like, yeah, there could be, and again, if you feel like this is like your last straw and you need to like move on, there's nothing wrong with that. But there are times where we just need to be patient with things as they unfold and as we start to build a connection that could be worthy of what we are desiring. And with the Wheel of Fortune, I think many connections have ups and downs and cycles, so it's not inherently crazy to be going through what might be a negative cycle or a negative period or a negative experience, like with your significant other at the moment. And sometimes that is the nature of what we go through. It's like there might be good times, there might be bad times, and sometimes the defining parts of the experience are how we interact or how we move forward with it. It's like, are we allowing these things to kind of put a stop in the experience? Are we allowing this to kind of define what our relationship or connection is? Or are we going towards something different? Are we working together on this? Are we trying to navigate through these challenges, together so we can get back to the top of the wheel where things are better spinning? And then we have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant can be a couple things in regarding to a relationship. Maybe it's like the energy of, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So if for whatever reason, like you guys have a methods or have a way of connecting with each other and it works well, even if it's unconventional, then maybe it's important to simply go that route. The Hierophant has a lot to do with tradition and stuff like that, but maybe this time it's about breaking away from tradition, especially if the tradition and the conventional way of doing things is not working. There's so many times where we're taught that we have to play this role, we have to do that, or we have to do this, when in reality, every connection is different. And sometimes the Hierophant represents breaking away and out of these older paradigms and the more negative aspects of what we're going through, or not negative aspects, but the more rigid and dogmatic structures of what we are going through. I'm sorry. So I think overall, maybe when it comes to love reading, it's a matter of being patient and navigating the situation. I'm not saying that you can't make a choice to, do one or the other, but maybe it's a matter of being mindful of making sure you are certain before, and making sure that this decision is not being made out of, I guess, the height of emotions versus trying to actually resolve and maybe progress in the connection itself. So it did mention money as well for the tea leaves, so I'm going to see like what is coming in as far as that goes. So with the Queen of Wands, I'd like to think that maybe it's something that you are, like it's some kind of, okay, so the Queen of Wands and Eight of Swords makes me feel like you are already embodying like what's needed. Like you already have like the stuff, the it factor as far as like whatever it is you're trying to create. You already have like the vision, you already have the ability to embody it, and you're already acting on it to the best of your ability. But then you're still feeling stuck in some capacity. So I think this is a call to continue to do what you're doing, continue to lean in on this Queen of Wands energy, continue to do what you can, and then trust that things will work out for you. Sometimes we feel stuck and stagnant, but sometimes all we have to do is continue being that Queen of Wands energy and embodying the best version of ourselves until reality conforms. That's why sometimes people will take 10 years before they become an overnight success. And I'm not saying you got to take that long. It could be weeks before you embody a new state fully, especially if you are consciously aware of manifestation and, the mechanics of energy. So never doubt how fast things can change for you, and don't think that just because what you're seeing right now isn't going to shift what is going to happen. Like the Ten of Cups also points towards like you working towards long-term, deep levels of fulfillment and contentment. So trust whatever you're building, trust your vision, and trust the actions, and trust that this is going to actually build a very sturdy foundation for this connection to be built on, or for this experience to be built on. So sometimes I think like, there are people who build things on shaky foundations, and that's why sometimes when they manifest abundance, wealth, or, success, it goes fast because they don't have the foundation needed to maintain, or the frequency needed to maintain whatever their manifestation was. But the Ten of Cups, I'd like to think that the way that this is coming into your experience, you are working towards building it in the longer term. And maybe this is even with friends and family members, and maybe even with your loved one. So maybe what you're working together with your loved one on is just taking a lot of time and effort, even if it's just a steady connection. Sometimes we have to go through different trials, and I'm never going to push struggle love, oh my God. But sometimes we are both people who are growing within a connection, and sometimes it's one more than the other, and there's nothing wrong with that. But there are so many times where, as a result of the growth that both individuals undertake, and especially if somebody's actively doing what's needed to shift their perspectives and grow in a way that is beneficial to you, then sometimes it is worth being patient and not letting go of a connection too soon. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. So the Magician makes me feel the energy of like you have all the skills capable to not only manifest the reality that you want, or well, yes, manifest the reality you want, but that includes not only the love of your life, but then also the money, the experiences, the life that is reflective of all the desires that you have. The Magician is my favorite card because it's all about manifestation and personal power. So especially whenever we have like the Eight of Wands, where is it? The Eight of Swords, I'm so sorry, that comes up. It's like many times we feel stuck and we feel stagnant, but the Magician is like the counter to this card. It's like where these swords are there, it's like you, bam, snap your fingers and they just disappear. They turn into water and they just melt away. So many times we feel as if we don't have the capacity to do what we need to do, but the Magician card says you are everything that you need. You are at that point. You have the skills and the tools necessary. It's just a matter of recognizing that within yourself and moving forward to the best of your ability. So that being said, peace and blessings, you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next reading.